How does the test realm work and how do you get the most out of it? We will only have 7 days to test the new mechanics and give feedback to Blizzard what we find good, bad, and ugly. As you enter the test server and get to Cuvichat, there will be an NPC named PTR Boost, and they will only have one dialogue option, which is boost me to level 100. Interesting point here is there is no limit to this, and this boost to 100 includes 100 million gold, 1000 obols, 2 random sets of ancestral gear at item power 920, upgraded potions, fully unlocked paragon glyphs, up to 10 tempering manuals, and they're going to be class specific, and then base amount of consumables. Completed class system mechanics, so you got all the enchantments, you got your golem and all that kind of stuff. So you're essentially going to get a boosted character to the max. And the cool part about this boost is you could do this for X characters, which means we're going to install the public test realm, and then we're going to make ourselves 5 necromancers. For example, me, I want to play necromancer. So I'm going to make myself 5 necros. That gives me 5 times 1,000 obols and 500 million gold plus 5 times 2 sets of armor. And then I can take these 5 times 2 sets of armor to make an actual okay necro that I can straight up start into the PTR. And not only that, with 5,000 obols, you can go to the obol vendor and actually gamble away to get the exact aspects you need, and especially the exact updated aspects you need. And for this, don't forget about the amazing obol gambling tool, link in the description below, where you can click on I am looking for necro, and it should be the blighted aspect. And then the tool will tell you where it's most likely to appear, and that would be on the off end. That's the highest possibility to get that one. And if I'm looking now for Rathmus Chosen because I want to have the attack speed for overpower, well, that is on the off end as well. And now we're going for the aspect of Torment for our essence regeneration, or the fast blade aspect for ultimate skill cooldown, and that would be on a ring. So whatever aspect you're gambling for, this tool for any class can tell you where it's most likely to appear. Deflecting Barrier, wherever you would be looking for that one, is most likely for Necro on the pans appearing. And you'll have 5,000 of those to really get the aspects you're looking for to then straight up dive where you would like to be. And that is most likely going to be the pit, right? Materials to enter the pit and nightmare dungeons are granted. That means start, boost to 100, and you can try out the pit. Because the base amount of consumable materials does not include materials for resources specifically earned for masterworking, scattered prisms, and resplendent sparks. That means that we can't actually masterwork straight away. We need to go into the pit to try out this mechanic because they are so heavily interlinked. Now we will be able to temper straight away. That means obol gamble away, get yourself your gear, do 1 or 2 tier 41 dungeons, because yes, 41 dungeon gives you 925 gear. There is never a reason to do any nightmare dungeon over tier 41. I know this sounds a little bit sad, but we want a 925 gear. We want to have the highest level gear to be able to do the Artificer's Pit, right? And technically, ever doing a dungeon over tier 41 is only necessary for more glyph XP to level your glyphs faster. But if it just comes to improving your gear, and well, all our glyphs are maximum boosted as far as I understood, we won't actually need to do anything over tier 41. So join, boost to 100, do tier 41 dungeons, get yourself the 925 gear because that is equally powerful. It doesn't get more powerful towards the tier 100. And then we will be able to actually try out the pit. Generally speaking, for people that have never started a PTR before and don't even know how this is going to work, when you open up your Battle.net, and it will only be available on Battle.net, here on Diablo 4, you'll be able to go into the drop-down menu, and then it will show you Public Test Realm. I think I have Diablo 2 and 3. 3 should be still there. And here you can see there is the Public Test Realm that you can then just simply install, and you're able to play on the Public Test Realm. There's also a link to our Season 3, Season 4 document in the description below with a Public Test Realm feedback, where we will gather all the points about the Public Test Realm, what we liked and what we didn't like. And yes, I will be reading all your comments on every video. So feel free to send me that feedback to send me things on Discord. There's a PTR channel too, just under YouTube comments. Let me live on Twitch or here on YouTube, where we're literally testing this for you to watch, and tell me what you did enjoy or not, so we can gather this document. There is quite some changes, class changes, that we'll be able to check. The boss ladder update, the new Helltide area, everything that's going to come. We won't be able to test the new seasonal mechanic, because that is one thing that is missing. We essentially get to level 100. We get to try out the tempering. We get to try out the masterworking, the artificer's pit. So these are all things that we get to test, the new Helltide as well. But we won't be able to test the new seasonal theme, as it seems. That's something we can't give feedback on. It's a little bit sad. But all the other things, especially when it comes down to tempering and masterworking, that's something we need to heavily give them input on, because this will shape the future of Diablo 4 from now on. Now, don't forget with the oboe gambling, as you get new aspects and destroy these items, because destroy them straight away, you are actually getting your Codex of Powers updated to this point where you can always enchant out of the Codex of Power on every item. And don't forget, if you're playing with your friends, trading is possible. You can trade ancestrals now. You can trade uniques now. You can't trade uber uniques, but you are able to trade. And it even says in here, this boost can be repeated with new characters on the PTR, and you can trade between characters as needed, because trading is available. Yes, so your friend gets that one item, or you get that one item for your friend. Don't hesitate to hand it to them, especially as you pick up duplicate uniques. I'll be trying my best to hand my duplicate uniques to you as I pick them up too, so we can try more things together. And if you're looking for builds, they're going to be right here on the Discord with all the links, or on the YouTube in general with the Summoner Necromancer, which is going to be our going theme for Season 4, because they buffed minions so heavily that there's not even a question if this is going to be the next S tier or not. And I highly recommend to actually check out builds beforehand for the PTR, because you want to test out the pit. You want to see the new content. What you don't want is waste your time technically figuring out a build, right? But I'm not telling you to not be creative. Please do be so, and tell me in the comments below what you came up with. But generally speaking, there is a limited time frame of 7 days. We will have the full season where we can really then try out and experiment with things. But right now, you just want to see if the new endgame is actually good, and especially then give proper feedback and make the most out of Unyielding Commander, because that thing is going absolutely crazy. I'm going to be making a blood, shadow, bone, everything kind of summoner for you, so you can enjoy what Necromancer is going to be this season. Now, if you're excited for Summoner Necromancer as me, here's the video for that. And if you still haven't understood how the new gameplay loop will work, this video breaks it down for you. Enjoy.